I think when the pandemic happened, where people were forced to be around each other, some people realized, I really don't enjoy your company that much. Okay? And it's unfortunate because at least when you only see somebody at night or whatever, it's an hour, you can tolerate the person. But if you're in pandemic, you're in shutdown mode for 6 months, and you're Bill Gates, who at the time, even though you're not a doctor, you're one of the voices, second to Anthony Fauci, that what the world should do. And your wife, Melinda's next to you, who's also got a pretty big ego just as much as you, and you guys are stuck in a $50 million house for freaking 6 months. I wonder what those fights would be like. You know, I wonder what those fights were looking like. I wonder how annoying they were to each other. And eventually they're like, dude, I'm good not being around you anymore.
Well, think about how high her profile is today compared to what it was, say, 5 years ago. I mean, she's done so many interviews. She's become such an advocate for women. And so, but she's
not even comparable to McKinsey, right? As far as the voice goes, as far as influence goes, they're in different leagues.
And that's why, I mean, I think that she would have never,
as an influence, not even close to each other.
Melinda's
way ahead.
Melinda, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, one of the same things.
She was
McKinsey
behind it.
was your opportunity.
The,
but
she was
the lawyers crafted the tweet. The lawyers crafted the tweet that they both wrote. Melinda, I promise you, made sure that they're going to continue co-running the foundation. And they're going to, because she's not giving up her leadership position.
Correct.
She's got a taste for power, and she's not giving it up.
She's extremely ambitious.
From Ursuline to
remember,
Duke
she's using
to Microsoft.
Bezos's attorneys. She's using Trump's former attorneys. So she is in it to win it, and she's not going to give up the power.
You think she called Trump and said, I need a referral?
I'm thinking no.
Can I get a referral, Donald?
We're focusing a lot on her. Where do you think Bill's mindset
she is impressive. Hang on a second. Melinda Gates is very impressive, and I think she honestly believes in things she's doing.
She was running a massive division of Microsoft.
Yeah, and also I saw her talking about the malaria eradication project, which was one of the first of the Gates Foundation.
There's no question she's a true believer.
And she was a true believer. I saw her interviewed. She was interviewed by Kara Swisher, and I was really impressed. I said, wow, there's passion, there's how, there's when, there's who else I need. I was like, wow, this is like listening to the business plan for malaria eradication. I was really impressed. It wasn't just the celebrity that picks their favorite, saves the animal planet.
Shut up brilliant.
Question for you, Tom. Not that either's going to do it, but which of the two would you think deep down inside has more aspiration and wanted to become the president of the United States, Melinda or Bill Gates? I have my own opinion. What do you think?
Well, if you narrow it down into that question, I think it's Melinda.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think she's more aspirational and more ambitious to want to do something like that.
And he was never a power executive. He was always a thinker. And he understood the power of
He's had some meltdowns, too. He's had some great epic meltdowns.
Well, but he also understands the power of platform.
Yeah.
And so when he and Jobs were together, he understood platform, he understood monopolistic power, he understood exactly what he was doing with what became the Wintel standard, whereas Jobs was about design, about innovation, about being
very different style.
About being on the edge and not being this is the Matrix. Not being the red pill.
There's a wide age gap between those two as well. I mean, Bill Gates is 65. He's in a different place in his life. He hangs out with he and Warren Buffett are buddies. I mean, it's
how old is she?
Playing gin rummy.
Playing gin rummy.
Kai, pull her up. She's probably in her mid 50s. Probably a 10-year age gap.
I think she's 56.
Okay, so there's a 9-year age gap. All right, that's not that big of a deal.
Did we Kai check it?
Yeah, she's
okay.
56.
Okay. We're showing Melinda a lot of love, respect. I get it, but where's Bill at right now? Give me BizDoc, where's Bill's mindset at?
I think he's totally fine.
Yeah,
I think
so.
Bill is totally fine.
How can you not be at peace with $75
billion?
But I tell you,
it's not $100 billion.
I tell you, it's not even the money part. There's also an element of imagine their debates. Imagine Bill's identity. I was like, dude, I've been the richest man in the world for freaking 30 years until these guys showed up. You realize who I am? Like, everybody's been talking about me for a while. You and I, you weren't there day one. You ran a division. Great. We met. We hooked up. All good. Respect you. You were somebody that did a great job with the company. But I'm Bill Gates. You know, I am Bill Gates. I've done a lot of stuff. The foundation is named after me. Let's not forget it. It's Gates.
No,
Gates. I know it's Bill and Melinda Gates, but it's Gates is the last name.
He's the OG is what you're saying.
So to him, his identity, you don't think there is like a bunch of girls out there who are like scientist type of girls that are, into sapiosexuals who are like, oh my gosh, get me that sapiosexual. I want him right now.
Yes.
I mean, there's a Tinder site for sapiosexuals.
What's it called?
I don't even know, but it's a good idea to
What are
put
the
something like
chances
that
he
out
just
there.
rolls up with like this hot model scientist?
You know what? That's a good idea.
What are the chances he goes down that
path?
path?
Of the underserved.
Wow.
Think about it.
Somebody right now listening to this, run with it. And let us know about it 5 years from now when you go IPO $4 billion.
Nerd match.
Can you imagine that if there's a dating site specifically for...
Well, look.
Minimum requirement to be on this dating site, you have to have a 4.5 GPA. Like imagine it's like one of those elite, brilliant, genius, rocket scientist type of a community.
If they've got one for farmers, they can have one for sapiosexuals.
Wasn't there one that was a six-figure club, Ladder, where you would travel and meet each other at airports? What was it called? Ladder? It was a dating site specifically for those six-figure and up executives. That was specifically their target market.
That's one way to filter.
By the way, I tell you what I like about that. It was the whole idea was you're so busy you don't have time to date, which a lot of people nowadays, you're an executive, you're running a gun and traveling, you don't have time to date. Here's a website.
Yeah.
Find a way to, connect and have a cup of coffee together and maybe,
Look at one of the most popular shows that's been on TV in recent history, Big Bang Theory. I mean, that went for season after season after season. Sapiosexuals are a thing.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.